Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It's John Potter, Prospects Director of Player Development. Today I want to talk about the warm-up and why a warm-up is important and maybe how you're doing it wrong or how you can do it better. Just got done with a lesson with a guy named Tim. Tim, sorry to pick on you, but to Tim's recommendation, actually Tim said, hey, isn't today Tuesday? Do you have a tip today? I said, oh, I totally forgot. So what would you like to hear a tip about, Tim? He said, why don't we talk about that warm-up I just did and why it was so bad? So Tim, to Tim's credit, has done a ton of work on his game in the last, 6 or 8 months time we've worked together. Really improved ball striking. Was having a little bit of a tough time in his warm-up with ball striking inconsistency. Now, I told him he got to figure it out pretty quickly. But it's almost a universal truth for a good player who's played for any amount of time and knows they can hit a golf ball with some consistency anyway. If you are striking the ball inconsistently, it's almost always the case that the hands are the culprit. Hands are doing too much work, hands and wrists, too much work, body's doing too little work. And that's typical of a warm-up. You say, oh, my body's just not warmed up yet. Okay, so let's make a point to just you don't have to come here an hour before your tee time and hit a full bucket of balls. We don't want you worn out. But there's a point, right? Whether that's 10 or 15 or 20 balls, or maybe it's stretching or it's doing something to get that body to warm up. Because I see a lot of great swingers of the golf club warm up or hit their first few shots hitting a golf ball, not swinging a golf club. So it looks a little more like lift and drop, and they get a little narrow, and that one just so happened to be hit well. But it would be a lot of topped or thinned or chunked or maybe some shanks in there because they're not turning. So make it a point in your warm-up to get your body moving, get the depth of rotation warmed up, open the hip flexors, right? Get that chest and that lumbar spine, get everything warmed up and stretched out. So whether you're making a golf swing to do that or you're just on the ground doing some stretches, that's fine too. Just be aware when you say, oh, my body's not warmed up, your hands are doing just fine. You've used your hands enough today, the hands are warmed up, they're going to take over your golf swing and lead to inconsistent ball striking. Your body's not warmed up. So make a point, and I had Tim do this, of taking the wrists out of it altogether. So we're just going to make a real wide arc in the swing, okay? Just rotating. It's going to be a half swing, and all we're trying to do is get our depth of our turn, our rhythm, and our body moving through the shot. It's going to feel a little silly, and you're going to hit some dumb-looking golf shots, not as dumb as the shanks and top ones you were hitting before. But until your body gets warmed up and starts moving, take the wrists out of it completely. Now, we're obviously not a full swing, but as your body starts to loosen up, just add the hands back in a little bit at a time. Okay, it's good to do with a wedge. You can do it with a 7-iron. You can do it with a driver. It doesn't really matter. Who was it? Davis Love that liked to warm up with a real long iron. He felt it helped him stretch out a little bit. I'm okay with that. The point is focus on body, less on the hands doing the work. Okay? Good luck with warm-ups. You're going to play better golf if you do a proper warm-up. Again, you don't have to get here an hour early and hit balls. Just take some time to stretch. Have a great week, you guys.